Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Teal-Rasferian, CEO, Plant Life Ambassador, and part-time VTuber. This video is actually something I was planning to do during the Dawntrail launch day while waiting for the queue times. But surprisingly, the queue times then were like not very bad at all. I only ever have to wait like a couple minutes to get into game, which is good, but that kind of meant I couldn't make this little video before as just like a little activity thing. And now it's been like 2-3 weeks since Dawntrail has released, but I never found the time to record and get this uploaded until now. But here we are. This video is, as you can see what's on screen, it's one of the tier maker things. I've made a tier list. Basically the character list, I found this, it's major characters up to 6.2. So it doesn't include Dawntrail characters, which might be good for like spoiler purposes. But what I decided to make a tier list of all the things I could think of for fun was basically Final Fantasy 14 characters. You ask them to buy pads for you. Keep in mind, I am a cis male. I've never had to buy pads or use them myself, so keep that in mind as you watch this. But I basically have made like several little tiers here. Topmost is they will get you the best quality or whatever's the most expensive. Next tier is that they just get some low quality ones or cheap priced. Next tier calls and asks what size pussy you have. Next tier is, oh, I have plenty, I'll just give you some. Next one is get some, makes you pay them back, but then takes half of the pack for themselves. Next tier is what are pads, and then the bottom tier is no, suffer. And then I couldn't figure out how to remove characters from the list, so I just made a tier for like I don't know who this character is, because there's a couple that I'm not sure. But yeah. Let's just get right into it. First off, we have Alize. Alize, I feel Alize is a very nice person, but we have to remember that she's sassy. I don't feel like she would be a suffer. I don't feel like she would take half the pack for themselves, but I also don't feel like she would just share them with you unless you are like a really close friend of hers. So I guess she's just gonna give you like whatever cheap ones she can find really quick, through no fault of her own. Alfino doesn't. He'll just get you the most expensive ones. He won't ask you for like details because it'll fluster him. But he'll use his money and get you some just whatever is expensive and hope for the best. Kryl. I feel like Kryl would be the type that says, "Oh, I have plenty. I'll just give you some," because she's just nice. Minfilia, same tier. She'll just give you some. Erenville. I don't think he always looks really tired of dealing with everyone's stuff. So I want... I don't feel like he would say no suffer. But I also don't feel like he would take the pack for himself. So he'll probably just be with Alize. Same tier. Now, interestingly, there's two pictures. There's one of Graha as he looks during the Crystal Tower raid series, but then there's his Exarch's version. And I'm pretty sure I looked through the whole thing, and there's none that's just his look after the Crystal Exarch. So I want to treat these as... one second, I have to clear my throat here. Excuse me. I want to treat this one as pre-character development, and Crystal Exarch is post-character development and up to current Raha. Pre-character development, he... I don't know. I feel like pre-character development, he doesn't... Pre-character development Raha doesn't fuck. He doesn't know. He doesn't know the female anatomy. Post-character development, he'll give you the best quality. He'll make sure to get the best quality. Let me adjust my microphone here. Lise. Lise would call and ask what size pussy you have. She wants to make sure she gets the right one, but she's not afraid to ask. Papalimo. Honestly, it's been forever since I played... Like, I've never done New Game Plus to, like, revisit the story, so I'm not completely sure about Papalimo's characterization. I feel like he gets angry enough, or just, like, annoyed with you enough that he would just say no suffer, but Lise would probably look at him with a glaring eye and then he'd go get you cheap ones. But his initial reaction is no suffer. Alpha. Alpha doesn't know what pads are. The twins' mom, Amphilis, she would get you the best quality. She's a good mom. She would just get the best stuff for you. Ardbert. Ardbert... We know Lamit was really attracted to Ardbert, but I think it was also, like, a point in the, like, character art book that she never got to confess. So we're gonna put down Ardbert doesn't know what pads are. Arnvald, right? The annoying thing about this tier list maker is that you can't hover over the character or the pictures and there's no, like, hover text, which is so annoying. So, like, some of these characters' names I don't know. I just don't know. Arnvald... Arnvald isn't afraid to ask you what size you have. I think. This is Harshavant's brother that actually takes over as head of the family after his father officially retires. So he's rich. He'll buy the most expensive. Asahi no suffer. If he even knows what pads are. He's somewhere here. Amarek. blah, 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 blah. I feel Americ would... All these rich Elizins, they'll just buy the most expensive ones. The Numo guy, Beck Luke, he doesn't know what pads are. And then we have Biggs. Biggs. I feel like Biggs would just get whatever he can off the shelf, like, not necessarily knowing if it's cheap or bad quality. I feel like he just wouldn't know too well. Artbert's friend, Brendan? I feel like he would call. He would ask. He would call and ask what size. I think this guy is from the role quests in Shadowbringers, but I'm not completely certain. So he goes in the Who column. I'm not completely sure. Mr. Mayor of Yulemoor, he's rich. He will buy you the most expensive for his wife. Which, let's just skip over to her. She'll just give you some because she's so nice. Sid. Sid. Oh, whoops, I right-clicked there. Ugh. Sid. Would Sid know what pads are? I have to really think about this. I feel like he might be the same as Biggs. Like, he'll get some cheap ones not knowing. Like, you know. Cyrena, she is nice. She'll share. Wait, she lives on the steppe. Would she know what pads are? I don't think she would. Just because she lives on the steppe, they're not like modern society. They wouldn't know like what the product is. If you described it to her, she would know like what use it has, but she wouldn't know what pads are. Like, you would explain it to her and she says, oh, we use this instead. Like, it's not like she's stupid or anything. This guy, I have no idea who this is. It's not Louisoix, because Louisoix looks different. I think, is Louisoix even on here? Oh, Urion J is down here. I'm scanning them. I don't see Louisoix on here. I might just be blind. Oh wait, he's right here, dead center. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. Clivia. No suffer. Okay. There's like the three Vieira sisters. Where's the other one? That are in Shadowbringers. And I know I saw a third one on here. I have no idea why they're on here. I could have sworn there was another one. Maybe I'm just crazy. But, like, the only reason they're on here is because they have voice lines. is what I'm assuming. That's the only reason I can think of. Like, I don't think we know enough about them. Old rich guy, used to be head of House Fortemps. You are a rich person. This is Elidibus, which is separate from Themis. Themis is on here. Oh, Unkalahai is here. That's interesting. Oh, here's the other Viera sister. You be with your sisters. Grown up, Asian Elidibus. He would make you pay him back, but take the half the pack for himself. Emmett Selk. No, suffer. This is the Fortemps brother that's always trying to get laid, but fails miserably. He'll call you, not necessarily trying to help him pinpoint what to get, but he'll call as an excuse to learn more about it. Because he's desperate. Eric Thonios. Eric Thonios. Oh, Estinian's next. Like, this list isn't very organized as far as characters go. It's kind of just dumped in there. Eric Thonios. He has plenty. He'll just give you some. Estinian. Estinian is infamously bad with money. He'll get whatever's the most expensive without realizing it. This is Fan Daniel. Fan Daniel is like no suffer. That's easy. Fail Ul. Fail Ul doesn't know what pads are. She's more likely to... if you explain them to her, she's more likely to, like, steal them from the store, which you wouldn't necessarily approve of. Flamine. She has plenty, she'll just give you some. Fordola. She's with Elidibus. She'll get some, make you pay her back, and then take half the pack. Fortuneau. He's married, somehow. He wouldn't call. He wouldn't call. And he doesn't know enough about them. So he would just pick up some random thing off the shelf, and it would end up being cheap quality. This guy, he's the main NPC for the Ishgard restoration. I don't think he has that much of a characterization. He's going in. I know who he is, but I don't know enough about him. Kind of like the same with the sisters. We don't know enough about them from what little we talk to them about. I'm guessing this particular kobold is the child that Alize really cares about. He doesn't know what pads are because he's a child. Now we have Gaia and Reen. Gaia would make you pay her back. Reen, taking after her predecessor, would be, I'll just give you some. Oh, and by the way, some people when they make tier lists, the leftmost ones on the list are like the true S tiers or whatever. I'm not doing that. I'm just putting them randomly. It's just whatever goes wherever. They're all equal on whatever tier they are on. Gaius. Is there a version of Gaius that has his armor, so it's like pre-character development. No. Okay, so this is the only version of Gaius. Post-character development. He has a daughter. A living daughter. He'll get her the most expensive or best quality because he cares about her. What's your name? A Giot, right? From the role quests. She'll get you some, make her pay her back. Gosetsu. Gosetsu... He would not be bold enough to call you and ask you what size you are. But he... Did he have a daughter that was claimed by the war? I'm not completely sure if that's true or not. But if we assume in a world where Yotsuyo still lives and he gets to adopt her as like a daughter, then he would get her the best. Because he feels like she deserves it. This guy, his name starts with a G. He's the... for the tank role quest, I think. He was married. He'll call you and ask what size. This was Yotsuyo's brute, who gets turned into a robot, and you fight him at the end of the Doman Castle dungeon. He doesn't know what pads are. Hancock. He'll make you pay him back. If nothing else, he'll make you pay him back. Not necessarily, I don't know, like, he might take, like, half the pack to, like, sell it to someone else. How about that? Harshafant. He has plenty, he'll just give you some. Hermes. Let's assume this is, like, before Meteon goes off the handle. He doesn't know what pads are. Hien. Hien's bold enough to call and ask what size you have. Hilda. Hilda would make you pay her back. This is Honorwa. He's like a teenager, right? I'm guessing he doesn't know what pads are. Hraesvelgr. Hraesvelgr was with the original Shiva. Oh, that's how it extends. Okay. This is my first time, like, actually making a tier list. He would try to get the best for his, Elezen wife. Hythlodaeus, he would have plenty. He would have plenty and he'll give you some, but he might mess with you and, like, make you pay him back as, like, a joke to, like, mess with you. Now here we are. Let's just pick out the Asians really quick. Because there's just the two. Yeah, these I'm not sure. I'm definitely not sure what who this one is. My guess is that this might be Laha Brea. Because it's the only one that has, like, a close-up of his face. But I'm not completely sure, so I don't know. What's your face? You betrayed us all. If you didn't fuck us over, you would call and ask what size. Come to think of it, Raban, he can be together. He'll call and ask what size you have. Julius or Julius. He wouldn't be a no suffer type. He would just be low quality or cheap. Kai Shear. Kai Shear doesn't know what pads are. Connie Senna. She would just share some with you. Wait, didn't we already put Lamit on? No, we didn't put Lamit. We put, Giot. I was confused for a second. Old Man La Habrea. Old Man La Habrea isn't evil. He wouldn't be in the suffer category. He was married with a kid. He had to basically kill his wife, though, so he probably knows what pads are. I don't think he cared enough to call and ask, so he'll just pick up some random quality thing. Lamit. I don't know. She was the healer, so she cared about she cared about the people that were getting turned to stone. So she's a very caring person. But I don't know. Let's just put her in would get you, like, nice quality ones. Livia, right? She canonically hates Gaius's adopted children. So she'd be no suffer. Lolorito, right? Is this... And which one... Or is it this guy? What's the... One of these gets killed. One of these two gets killed. Sorry, Loperit, you're just in there. The one that has a mask lives. And he collaborates with the Sultana for stimulating Alamigo's economy with the salt. If you... He has money. He would just get whatever's most expensive to make you stop. This guy's no suffer. Louis Wah. Would Louis Wah call and ask what size pussy you have? It's too funny. Let's just put him there. Okay. What's your face? You work with Amarek. I know you're Olivia's, like, sister or half-sister or something. She would call and ask what size you have. This is the Shadowbringer's role quest, archer guy who comes from a rich family who makes his daddy pay for all of his expenses. But he leaves them after he learns what really makes him happy. So he wouldn't have the money to, like, buy you expensive ones. I feel like he's in the realm where he Excuse me. He doesn't know what pads are, though. That's my guess. Lena. She would make you pay her back. Magni. I think he canonically has, like, several older sisters. But at the same time, he's from the steppe. Where's... Sadu? I think... they're all together and that they wouldn't know what pads are. Not because they wouldn't know... Like how I explained with Serena, not like they wouldn't know what an equivalent would be for their society. It's just that they don't know what is off the top of their head. You'd have to explain it to them. Matoya. She would get really nice ones for Stola, but anyone else she'd say no, suffer. Now, here's the Urksodara. I think this is the Fisher guy, and this is the Alchemist lady. She's really nice. She would lend you some... assuming that the Urksodara have that biological need. Matsya, right? Matsya... he would understand that your plight is great and he would be nice and he would want to give you the best quality. Maxima, right? He has plenty. He'll just give you some. Meryl Webb. She'll make you pay her back. Meteon doesn't know what pads are. Midgard Zomar doesn't know what pads are. Manago would... I feel like she would be either the sharing type or get the best quality. I'm putting her in getting expensive best quality because she's one of the collectible people, so they get money. So she has money to supply the encampment with nice stuff. Loporits don't know what pads are. I'm assuming this is just... It's not living way. So I'm guessing it's just generic Loporits as a whole. Let's see. Moonbreda. Because her name means Moon Bride. She would call and ask what size pussy you have. That seems reasonable. The Sultana, she would just get you the most expensive stuff. Nero would make you pay him back. And take half for himself. Is this one Needhog? I think this one's Needhog. No, Suffer. Who the fuck is this? It's a sylph, right? Why is this random sylph here? I don't know who you are. Who's this? Oh wait, he's holding the crystal. He's Ardbert's black mage. He'd get you cheap stuff, I guess. Just because he doesn't know. Omega. For Omega, let's assume it's the characterization after the little robot following Alpha gets a voice box, and like Omega's accepted that he's lost. But also Omega wouldn't know what pads are because he's a robot, or they. Pippin, Raban's adopted son. He would call and ask what size. Who the heck is this? Is this the guy that blows his brains out on the train? I don't know. I don't know who you are. You're the dragon assassin old man monk that is quote-unquote Reen's abusive father. He's raised enough of the Minfilias he has enough stocked up for all of the daughters that have died. He's on this list for a very different reason than any of the other men that I put on the list. This guy is the leader of the pirates in the Ruby Sea. He'll probably just get whatever's cheap in terms of supply. This is Aardbart's archer friend. Her face is giving off, she would call energy. This one's Rita Heen from the very first 8-person trial instance, which I think has been changed now to just being a story instance. Cape Westwind. He'll get low quality ones. This one's the, like, supplementary scions of the 7th Dawn, I think. I guess he'll call. Runar. Runar will get you the most highest quality, most expensive one, all for his Master Matoya. But speaking of, we haven't seen her. She's all the way at the bottom of this list for some whatever reason. I guess the pictures were just uploaded randomly. Seto. Seto doesn't know what pads are. Seto can be right next to Aardbart. That works. I think his name starts with a G. He's the first turtle person you meet. He's from an eggling race, so he doesn't know what pads are. This is the assistant to the pirate guy. He looks like he would call. He looks very serious. Tataru. Tataru would make you pay her back and take half the pack for herself. This is the role quest guy kid who was stuck in the black hole for years. He's a kid. He doesn't know what pads are. She's the one that was working with Alize to help the people in the camp that were suffering from light sickness. Tesleen. Her name's Tesleen. She's a caregiver, so she has plenty. She'll just share some with you. Oh, here's Thancred. Thancred will call and ask what size. Is that the moon in the background? I think this is the Watcher on the moon. The Watcher on the moon doesn't know what paths are. This is Themis. As opposed to Elidibus, Themis will... Themis will share... He can be right next to Eric Thonios. He'll share. Archbishop Thornton. No, suffer. Is this Tiamat? I think that's Tiamat. Tiamat doesn't know what pads are. Unkalahai. Unkalahai... He may or may not be, like, a long-lived, but he's a child to me. He doesn't know what pads are. Urion J. Urion J will share plenty with you. He has plenty. Vothri is no suffer. Right next to the bishop. It's Emperor whatever your face. He doesn't care enough to call and ask what size. He'll get cheap quality. Even though he's the freaking emperor, he doesn't know enough. Vana would call and ask what size pussy you have. We know this to be true. This one... This one's Vitra. So he's been living with humans enough, and he's basically the leader of the nation. He'll get you the most expensive or better quality one. Who's this, though? Some random dragon NPC? I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry. Wedge. I think Wedge had a crush on Tataru, right? He'll get her the most expensive ones. Let's see. Okay, so we're left with all of the ladies. And Xenos. Yatsuo. No suffer. Yazael? She'll take half the pack for herself and make you pay her back. Same with Y'shtola. Yugiri? She has plenty. She'll just give you some. She's nice like that. Xenos. Xenos doesn't know what pads are. And then we have Zero. Zero... Zero would call and ask what size you have. And that's everyone. That's everyone placed. And I think hitting this download image that's been saved. But this is what it is. But yeah. Oh, shoot. I've been spending a lot of time on this video. It's actually just a little bit before I have to stream for the day. So I will end this video now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your time zone. And I hope you'll catch me on stream whenever I'm streaming next. Bye!